going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36, and this is Big Games B.S, part of that media group presented by MFTK Foundation .com. MFTK Foundation.com is the go-to website for all things dealing with 7-on-7, mental health, mentors for the kids foundation, et cetera, et cetera. And we've got some big news that we'll be reporting soon about the MFTK 7-on-7, about the youth tryouts. Once we get the link made, if you have a kid that you want to participate, this is the youth tryout on November 9th. This will be for our 10U, 12U, and 14U teams. Just it's $25 for the tryout. The kids get a battle uniform. They get Battle Night is the name of the company, the apparel company. So I just don't want people thinking that their kids are getting prepared for battle. But they'll get a nice shirt, some good instruction, and they'll get an invitation to something that we're working on for the for December 21st. But that will be released a little bit later on. But that thing will be for all of our guys who are affiliated or came to a football camp or came to anything. But apparently there's a wide receiver guy that everybody likes. We'll also get him on the show. He does the cha-cha slide stuff, but it seems to be really, really good. I think his name is Route God, something like that. But we're working on getting that for the young men and women, because 5-on-5 flag football is coming big. That will eventually be one of the things that we add to our stuff. Also, today is Wednesday. So with Wednesday means we're giving away tickets. We'll give away a pair of tickets to the FSU Pitt game, which is played at noon. If you can't make it, there's no need to complain about the kickoff time. If you can make it, let me know. We will give away a pair of tickets. You have to be present to win. You have to be on the YouTube. You cannot be watching it on any other venue. Just gives you a good opportunity to be able to come through and check us out the proper way. So with that being said, we're a little bit late. I think Miles, I think Bobby's gonna slide through just to hang out. He hasn't been, he's in town. Talk about comedian Bobby Brown. Talk about some other stuff. Outside of that, let's start our show off the way we start each and every show off with the word of prayer.
You already know what time it is, dog. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God. God is great. All the time. All the time. Nobody wanna thank you, God. Thank you, God. Go.
All right, Jaden, let's get the run through about what's going on.
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Big Games BS here on Wednesday, October 8th, 9:17 a.m. If this is your first time here at the show, welcome. And it's called Big Games BS because we bring the good, the bad, and the BS of the sports world, especially football, to your screens, eyes, and ears. First things first, if you are a fan of the show, we start off with our MFTK segment. So we're going to be discussing the top 25 high school teams in the nation before moving into our NCAA college football talk, starting with FSU as our number one topic in that section. Then we're going to touch on some transfer portal window news, and then some coaches and heads at their respective universities and quarterbacks. Before getting into the NFL, we got to discuss the Jaguars' Monday Night Football victory against the Kansas City Chiefs at Jacksonville. So we're going to talk about the ins and outs of that game and dive into the statistics before discussing some popular news in the NFL. For example, Browns trading Joe Flacco to the Cincinnati Bengals. And then we also got a lot of people who are getting fined as well. Then we're going to talk about some more NFL topics before getting to our Big Games BS section of the day, where we bring the scope of the conversation outside of typical football world, starting with our BS or Bussin' food review segment. And then we have a continuation of an OG Wildin' segment for you guys. So we're going to start off with our MFTK topic first, courtesy of Rivals High School. So they compiled a list of the top 25 schools in the nation in respect to high school football. And James, looks like the team you guys face, IMG Academy, is number 2 in the high school football top 25 list in the nation. But let's discuss some notable teams on this list as well. You got Bixby in Oklahoma, St. John Bosco in Cali, South Lake Carroll in Texas, Buford, Georgia, Grayson, Georgia, Allen in Texas, Mater Dei in California, Carrollton in Georgia, and St. Francis Academy in Maryland. So it looks like IMG is the only school that is representing Florida here on this map. You got some Texas, got Georgia, even got New Jersey in Don Bosco Prep at the bottom as well. But James, IMG Academy at that number 2 spot in high school football. From what you saw on the field, James, could you see them really being the number 2 team in the nation? Because they do got some cats out there.
Yeah, I don't know what Bixby looks like, but IMG is good. They're beatable. You just have to have a solid football team. Like when you look at those programs, those are programs that you go to play ball. Like um St. John's Bosco, South Lake, Buford, Grayson, Carrollton, St. Francis. Those are all schools that have been good since I was in high school. Thomas County Central is the school that beat my high school like 75-12. Um Sierra Canyon, I know they're good in basketball. I didn't know they were good in football. Creekside's pretty good. Um I bet all of those teams have offensive line and defensive line are very stout around those areas, as well as having the good skill players. But you can argue probably who can be beat and who can't beat, but that's not a bad list. You have to have some kind of mystique or prestige to be on that list. Like there aren't schools that are up and coming that are on that list. Like now if we beat IMG, we would have been on that list. But we have where we're strong, we're strong. Where we're weak, we're weak. And it's more so being deep. We're not deep enough. We have some little nagging injuries, and it brought some stuff out. It's some things that are very noticeable out about our team right now. And we just gotta get better, and those guys got to recognize that they got to get better. So yeah.
Speaking of getting better, James, and recovering and rebounding, perfect segue for our FSU football discussion because hopefully the Seminoles can rebound and get a victory in their Game 6 matchup against Pitt at Doak Campbell Stadium. That is occurring on October 11th at 12 p.m. Got this picture courtesy of Seminole Football for you guys. Make sure to support the Seminoles this Saturday, noon Eastern. Tallahassee, Doak Campbell Stadium, 12 p.m. on ESPN. This ACC matchup between the Seminoles and Pitt. And you know, when it's time for a game announcement, we await the depth chart for that game. So we got this depth chart for you guys, courtesy of FSU football. Again, and James, looks like Rodell Williams is still at the top of that RB depth position right there. And then you also got Amari Williams still in that defensive end role right there in that third spot, if you will. But James, looking at this depth chart, and considering the game last week, what changes, if any, would you make to the personnel with FSU football, or do you think it's just a game issue, just a actual result issue instead of the players themselves?
I think it was an execution issue. The Miami defensive coordinator even went out on himself, said the difference between Florida State in the first three quarters and one in the fourth quarters, they were executing. They didn't hit on some of the things. Squirrel White was open. He got targeted one time and he dropped it, I believe. But Randy Pittman is really good. Have you seen the clips of Randy Pittman and Uzman Cromwell blocking Bane? Like, they're putting him on his back. It just comes down to being ready to make. And again, Bane got his though. There's no knock on Bane. Everybody gets got. So, but when you have two of your smaller guys saying, you know what, we're gonna work this guy. You gotta mentally do it. Now there were some things on the line that they made some mistakes, but they gotta clean it up. Quarterbacks got to make the reads, got to make the hits. Wide receivers got to catch it. You can't fumble the ball. You can't throw turnovers. Like even have you much has been talked about the 4th and 8, but when you really go back and you watch the film, the play call was there. 3 people open. He was late. You had the running back right over the middle, right? That got depth, right? Actually, it was a great call. Got depth to get to the first down. There were people on the other side. Tommy, that's where if you make Tommy a pocket passer, that's where he's where he struggles at. And the reason with the hashes being so wide in college and the type of defense that they were playing, the way where you attack is the middle. Now, guys are going to get hit potentially, but the way they were rolling the coverage and the way they were doing different things, then there's plenty of stuff that he could have done. But when you are 5'10" is what they say, he's 5'11". Like, that's a reach. He might be 5'9", but it's very difficult to see over Giants. So offensively, I'm not mad at it. Again, I'm not one of those guys that was just going around pouting. I'm mad we lost. You don't ever want to lose to a rival, but I recognize that I'm mad at the game and the execution and the lack thereof, as I am opposed to where Florida State is at this moment. I do believe Florida State is could have won the 2 games that they dropped. Definitely more mad about losing to Virginia than I am about the Florida State loss. But there are things that need to happen that need to get better, and particularly more so on the defensive side of the ball. They have got to create more pressure, which they absolutely did not.
Speaking of pressure, James, I know you see number 40 on that defensive end slot, Amari Williams, playing both sides of the ball on that tight end and on that defensive end category. But James, do you think he should be full-time defense or put a majority of his focus, an even greater majority, in that defensive side of the category, since we do have that stacked tight end room, if you will?
Gotta go where the need is. So we need pass rushers, and they need to go and do that. So right now they got to go establish what they need to establish at Pitt and get things fixed, because James Williams hasn't lived up to what we would have liked him to be. I never thought he was going to be the next great, but like, he was a key cog from Nebraska, and there's something that's clearly not working right now, currently this season, in what he's doing. I don't blame Daryl Jackson on a lot of stuff, but but you got to find somebody to be able to create the pressure. We don't have an elite pass rusher right now. Do we have guys that can become elite pass rushers? I believe so. But right now, none of them are showing up. We just have 4 pretty good, or 3, depending on which front we put, that are just pretty good guys that can clog up the lines and lanes. What you got to be able to get to the quarterback if you want to win games.
So we're going to be filling in you guys with some more FSU news as the week progresses. Definitely on Friday's show, we'll take a look at the betting odds for the game and see what the sports books are working with. But just wanted to share the depth chart as we progress through this game week. So make sure to support the Seminoles in Doak Campbell Stadium on this Saturday. And speaking of Doak Campbell Stadium, let's take a look at Doak Campbell Stadium on this day in 1950. This was posted yesterday at October 7th at 1:01 p.m. So on this day in 1950, on October 7th, Doak Campbell Stadium hosted its first game, a 40-7 win over Randolph, Macon. 75 years later, Doak continues to set the standard and welcome the Knoll family back home. So we see a picture right here in 1950. Then you see present day photo right there. But man, shout out to Doak Campbell Stadium and its 75th year of hosting games, one of the most legendary stadiums in college football. And you can see it stood the test of time. So just wanted to shout out Doak Campbell Stadium for you guys right here. Moving along, we got some news coming from the transfer portal, James. So can't wait to share this with you guys and run down and give you guys some insight on this right here, courtesy of transfer portal subsidiary of On3. The new NCAA Division I Administrative Committee passed dates for the one-time only college football transfer portal on Tuesday, yesterday. So the 2025 college football transfer portal will last from January 2nd to January 16th. The NCAA announced. Have some more insight for you right here. So, like the post previously mentioned, the transfer portal window will be from the 2nd through the 16th, lasting 15 days. The new rule makes the portal one time only for the entire D1 football notification period each cycle. Athletes on the college football playoff teams will have an extra 5-day window after their team's final game to enter the portal. If a head coach is fired, a 30-day portal window will still be available for players from that team. And the change aims to ensure teams complete their seasons with their entire roster intact before the transfer portal opens. Some coaches have criticized the shortened window, citing issues with managing rosters and negotiating with players while playoff games are ongoing. And the Big Ten was the only Power Four conference to oppose this move, with coaches expressing concerns about recruiting overlap and playoff preparations. So a final decision will be made once the committee meeting concludes, and we will give you guys some updates on that as well. But James, since you are in the football space working with high schoolers, obviously those high schoolers go on to play at college. What are your thoughts of this 15-day transfer portal window for the future landscape of college football and excuse me, and commitments?
Get rid of early signing period or bump early signing period up to August. And then I have no problem with this. It kind of incentivizes guys to stick it out and schools just make kids stick it out in the spring portal window. But this just means that guys are going to continue to revamp and build their offices, their front offices like NFL front offices. You have to have a guy who keeps track of the guys that you did recruit that went other places and is also watching college football constantly to be able to look at other guys that you could be bringing or adding to your roster. It makes it more intriguing. It does create a little bit of a control for the guys, but still the 30-day window. Like, coaches are going to leave after bowl games. So that's going to open up a 30-day window. Like, a lot of this stuff still has back channel rules that will make it anarchy. Including the 5 days extra when you're looking at the championship teams, the bowl type teams. I mean, that stuff is going to go all the way up until the national championships the middle of January. So you're going to be looking at teams, and then it's not just the colleges; the kids have to make very, very quick decisions. I'm curious to how it will all work out and all end, but most of the people who are good that enter the portal already know where they're going. So that always baffled me when people like the guys who just enter the portal have no plan. It makes absolutely no sense. But the people who actually hit the portal with the plan, and kind of already know where they're going, because people tamper, and that's just the reality of the situation, and that ain't going nowhere.
Definitely will keep you guys updated on this very important ruling from the NCAA and the Transfer Portal Committee, because it will have great impact on the college football landscape, and especially the decision making involved with players and with respective organizations as well. So moving on, let's talk about a respected organization that is a newly acquired SEC team, and that is Steve Sarkisian's Texas Longhorns. So this is what Steve Sarkisian had to say amidst Texas's struggles, according to On3. Quote, I mean, take the other. How many teams are there in college football? 136. Take the other 135 and have them go play at Ohio State and at the Swamp. See how they do.
Wasn't Florida a one win Florida team in the Swamp? Really, Sark?
I know he's busy right now, James. You know, got to take care of the kids, got to take care of his new kids. I know he
back
might
on
be
that bottle. That's what it sounds like. Hey, that's one of them drunk excuses. Not suggesting that. I hope he doesn't relapse, but that's what it sounds like, bro. Like, or he having that what's that Irish coffee? I know he's Armenian, but brother, like, I give you the Ohio State one, but that game was winnable. Here's how many take 100. What is it? How is 130? I mean, I'm gonna speak for Sark. There's 136 teams in the NCAA, right? That's what he said. How many of them have a quarterback playing like ass? Like a lot, but that's the reason why you lost, bro, is because Arch Manning isn't it. And I know you can't say that, but you haven't executed. Like, Florida whooped y'all ass. So when you take a job from a guy that got fired, and you were coaching at Alabama, I believe Alabama was in the national championship, or they were in the playoff. You left in the middle of the night, which I'm not mad at it. It's progression. But you took over a job for a guy who got fired for not winning enough. You have every resource.
Yeah, that.
Like, my partner they're paying my boy to work. You know the job. What's the job that I said I want Florida State to give me? And how much money? If you remember, because I need the algorithm to pump. If you remember what I said I would do for Florida State, how I would do it, and how much it would cost. Can you put the comments in this section? Because I thought I was just coming up with some breaking, like earth shattering news. No, schools with resources are already doing it.
Yeah.
Like, they are legitimately treating this like the NFL.
Back.
He goes to Texas 4 times a month to report about things. They have regional scouts at Texas and North Carolina, and I'm assuming other schools. Now, he's officially off field there, but he still lives in the city where he coached at before.
I don't know how that O-line's so bad with all that money. Everybody got Lambos. Nobody can block.
But the rest of it, they don't. They do not have Lambos.
Oh, okay, so it's just
they have a picture. The Lambos are there for social media. Like, Jamie French does not have a Lambo. We posted Jamie French's car. It's really nice though. It just ain't a Lambo. I think he has a BMW SUV.
But there is money.
There's plenty of money. Oh, he's getting paid. Good money.
So that line has no excuse.
Yes, everybody put it in there. 250,000. Let me work from Jacksonville. I'll get you everybody that you want. $500,000 for me to move back home. I know it makes no sense, but I don't want to move back home. You got to pay me to move back home. But yeah, they do. Primo, you're right. You're right. Now, there is too. You got to get your linemen don't need to be linemen driving sports cars. It worries me.
Right.
They're worried about the wrong shit. You got to be worried about. I just need F-150. Nah. No, that's a me car. Regular black guy from the hood, just kind of worked his way up, wants to feel like that, or even like the song was like Dodge. They used to make the song like a rock. Oh, it's very good qualities in alignment that are descriptors that if they're excited about Bad Bunny being the Super Bowl performer and they're not Spanish, I don't want them on my offensive line. Like they got a little bit too much zest in them. Because I need my Spanish people to be real Spanish. Like Miles is Spanish, we just would never know.
Yeah.
I need to know. I need to if you're Spanish in this generation, I need to question. Hey, is he gay or is he Spanish? I don't really know.
Oh my goodness.
I don't really know, and I don't mean like they go around acting because I mean they're lovers, but I'm just saying like, is he? Why are his pants so tight? Like that's what I want to know. Like that because if Spanish men get to wear tight pants for no reason, it's part of the culture. But like a regular black guy wearing tight pants, and it's not one of them R&B singers. I don't know. But like I need F-150s, Chevys, Dodges. And I'm not talking about the scat packs. I'm talking about the trucks. I need Rams. I need an F-250. Or it's got to be jacked up. And they got to look like a little country music, and they got to dip. If they're not doing any of that stuff, then I don't know if I want them, but Texas is not embodying the spirit of Texas. But have you seen the Texas? Okay, I know we're not going to put, but do you know they deployed the Texas National Guard to Illinois to help with the ICE raids? They federalized some of the stuff, right? And Pete Hesbett, or however you say his name, just came out and bashed the generals, the guys who won't fight, who ain't ever getting in another war, for being a little overweight. Said that just because you're old doesn't mean you need to look the part. You need to do this. But they took a picture of them. They called them Meal Team 6. The boys was chunky, fluffy, fruitful. This is not what you want Texas people to look like. They did not look like Walker, Texas Ranger. But Texas Longhorns are not playing with the spirit that you would put the Texas. Jared Williams puts bad hairlines. Yes. We need guys. We need Baines, but they do need to work on where the NIL is being spent. But Sark has no reason to. I'll give you Ohio State. I just cannot give you the University of Florida because nobody expected Florida to win that game. Like, and I don't even know what the whatever you call it, the box score was. I didn't watch anything. I watched DJ Lagway throw an incredible pass finally. Sidearm. DJ Lagway looked like it hurt to throw the football. Like that, we just saw DJ Lagway get pressure.
Yeah, it was weird.
And you have top 5, number 1 class over and over, top transfer portal guys. Your uniform's clean. Your facilities are nice. Nothing that you said makes sense. Matter of fact, we were all dumber for having listened to it. The more I think about it, what he said, the more I think alcohol was involved in it.
They got to play Ohio State, right?
They already played Ohio State first game.
Oh, okay, there's no chance for
No,
them.
I mean they're going to lose to Texas A&M, which is going to really make his life tough. And you know what they're going to blame? Who they're going to blame for all of this? L'Oreal. I remember when he first got there and he was off to a slow start. They were saying her the way she dressed was distracting.
Wow,
she's fly. It was nothing like reveal. She didn't have enough curves to be overly revealing.
The game has cheerleaders.
That nobody cares about that.
I'm just saying.
Now they're talking about the gay.
Now
they're talking about the gay cheerleaders.
I mean, it's just distracting is a mute point. Come on.
But yeah.
Let's talk about a head at another university, James, and that is the UNC at UNC, Bill Belichick. So we have some news for any of my UNC fans. And on July 18th, On3 made a report on their X account saying that a docuseries following Bill Belichick in North Carolina is coming to Hulu, courtesy of Front Office Sports. But On3 actually updated this post with a quote tweet yesterday saying that the Bill Belichick in North Carolina season-long documentary with Hulu is no longer happening at
Damn.
Inside Carolina Reports. James, I guess you need to win some games, win more games to get that Hulu documentary probably in that contract. You need to win X amount of games by this time of the year. And looks like Coach Belichick and company has not done that. So not getting this PR opportunity. But James, is this what you expected from Bill Belichick in UNC as their first season under?
No, I didn't expect them to be this bad. I know they fired they fired one old coach to hire a coach that was a lot younger by like 4 years. But I thought he would bring some stability. But I think you can't overly go into the NFL mindset. Like, and I think that's one of the biggest problems that Bill's facing right now is that he went right into a too much of an NFL mindset, and those guys can't process it because you don't have enough time to teach them. Even though that's why they came, but they still aren't great at that. So it's going to take a little bit of time to get him right and get them doing stuff the way that he wants them to do it. But this is where they made. But what we have seen though is being excited in the transfer portal can get you to Miami levels very fast,
Right?
And it can get you to Texas Tech. Who the fuck thought Texas Tech would be one of the top 15 programs in the nation?
It's been reported that their social media couldn't even congratulate the Patriots Drake May win.
Oh, he's petty.
Game. Yeah.
Oh, he's petty.
And I'm just like, people are trying to retroactively take away this man's greatness. He did what he did. Nick Saban failed before and came back. Give it some time. And even if he doesn't, it doesn't take away what happened with the Patriots. Some of y'all.
Most kings get their head cut off.
Right.
Like, Bill Belichick still did. Don't give me the Tom Brady. Was it him or was it Tom Brady?
Yeah, I know.
Well, without him, Tom Brady wouldn't exist. So, like, we forget Tom Brady. Like, you listen to the story and you forget that Tom Brady was a 6th-round draft pick.
Right.
Tom Brady wasn't this guy that everybody came in and just said, we can't max. Matter of fact, you know who really missed on Tom Brady? Michigan. How many of y'all? Okay, I know some of y'all are older. Actually, Bobby, you know, Bobby, we got Bobby Brown, comedian Bobby Brown in here. Is going to be super, super famous one day. Bobby, do you know who Drew Henson is?
No.
No, Drew Henson is.
I have no idea. No.
No idea. That's crazy. Miles, do you know who Drew Henson is?
Was he the Michigan quarterback?
Yes, that's exactly who he was. He was the. Do you know who Drew Henson? Whose job he took in his senior year?
Was it Tom?
He took Tom Brady's job. Tom Brady was benched in college.
No, I didn't know that. I just know Drew Bledsoe.
Then he came in and took Drew Bledsoe's job. He was baseball, but he's famous for being a baseball player, though, Miles. Like, he did not leave the University of Michigan as a 1st-round pick as a quarterback. He left to go play baseball. And then, you know what? Said, fuck it. I want to go play for the Cowboys a little bit. Then he went to go play for the Cowboys. There is this. So let's stop this narrative. Not Drew Brees. It's a lot of fucking Drews. This is why he hates everybody named Drew. Drewski, Drew Rosenhaus, any Drew that you get, Drew Carey. He hates everybody named Drew because he's had a lot of problems with the Drews in the world. But Drew Henson, who ended up, so it's this actually amplifies Tom Brady's greatness, gives him a great story. But let's be real. Nobody was looking for Tom Brady except for the GOAT of all coaches. And as I tell you guys on this channel, nobody else tells you this. As a guy who's played them both, and a guy who I don't cover Florida State. I just talk about college. We're not a beat writer. We cover the Jags. But as a guy who loves watching college football, the college game and the NFL game are two different games. And once you realize that, you get to enjoy them more. The college game will become more, the college strategy will become more like the NFL strategy because you don't have to go undefeated to win a national championship anymore. But yeah, like he's great. He's good. He's having a stumbling. Like, I mean, who would have thunk that a dude who's almost 80 years old wouldn't be able to relate to 18 to 22-year-olds just because he's banging one?
They think he could just out scheme instead of having, like you say, cats. You got to have cats.
Mm-hmm.
It's college.
Like, the other part of it is too is like it's different. Like, yeah, you got to have cats, right? But you use this in dating advice. He is an older man, and he is manipulating and using what most older men have over young guys: money. So he's using the college mind. All he has to do is scheme it up really good.
Right.
Take her to a nice restaurant. Bobby, you're 26? 27. So Bobby's about to hit this age in a couple of years where shit just works out. 35 is that good age for a man. If you have done everything that you're supposed to do from your 20s and your early 30s, you put your money, a little bit of money away, you've made sound decisions, you can go 15 down and 15 up and be very comfortable with where you're at and still get some good experiences. Old vagina's where it's at, the season. Not cured, aged. But there's some things about young girls that the energy. And you can probably wife one if you wanted to. You have a bigger, like, but when you're like 20, please don't go 15 years down. Please don't go 5 years down.
Oh my goodness.
Stay up.
Yeah.
But the only thing you can do is go up. And now what are you competing with? Pensions? You're competing with health insurance. A lot of these things, the girls like the youth, but then they think about security. It's a prefrontal cortex isn't developed in, but your damn the back part of your brain is where you just know I gotta live. That's why you see the OnlyFans coming up. That's why these girls figured out I could just slang a little bit of booty and I can live.
Right.
And that's what Bill did. But now, if you want Bill to really flourish in this game, you're going to run out of money. You can't just keep scheming. You eventually got to have something that they want. Right. He doesn't look good. He's old. I remember Big Daddy on the show with the movie with Adam Sandler. And she was like, I'm leaving you for the dude with the plan. Like, that's what women be talking about in their 20s, dog. Like, he's like, ew, old balls. Like, it's just like, but it'll work. Life has worked out for Bill.
Right.
Right now, Bill should just be doing the saving. But they like to tell people what to do. And he's being ran by this chick that, to be honest with you, is probably getting ran through. Like, I've heard so many stories about these things. And we were just talking about Sark. Jaden heard stories. It's just, hey, man, it's dangerous out here, man. So just chill out. Be Hugh Hefner.
Speaking of Hugh Hefner, this person might be the same age as Hugh Hefner, but we may never know with the Alabama census records. But we're talking about Paul Feinbaum. So Disney has removed Paul Feinbaum from appearing on ESPN network shows since expressing interest in running for Senate in Alabama per Clay Travis James. So it looks like Disney's making him pick one or the other. You got to pick here or you got to pick the political world. But before we get into the discussion, James, Bomani Jones actually gave his 2 cents on the subject matter regarding Paul Feinbaum and wanted to hear what your thoughts on the situation and Bomani's
explanation. If Bomani let the hair on his sides grow and wore glasses,
he can kind of
can he not be Paul Feinbaum?
He had a small afro for a little bit. He could actually do that.
All right, let's listen to what Bomani's got to say. This man's ugly, dog.
The idea of Feinbaum running for Senate, number one, it squarely puts him in a this side, that side proposition, at the very least, with the fan base that's in Alabama, which I would imagine is a significant proportion of the fan base that listens to the Feinbaum show because of its historical roots, right? ESPN don't want that part. The other part that ESPN don't want none of is this right here. Are you pulling this guy off the air because he says he's running for Senate? The only reason that would make sense is the equal time provision. and them having a measure of concern about whether or not they run into conflict with that. And if that's the case, that's perfectly fair. That's what they have to do. I don't believe for a moment that for reasons of politics that they would tell Feinbaum that he's got to get off the air. I will make one last point. I mean, if you guys know much of the history, that's not my guy. That's not my friend. I'll just leave it at that. The fact that we have reached a point where it is a conceivable idea that Paul Feinbaum could be your senator, and it is entirely on the basis of the fact that people know who he is. This is crazy talk. Hard stop.
All right. Bomani is clearly one of those guys who's never really been into politics or never looked at anything. Until recently, man, I forgot when it was. This poll was done, and they poll women, and the do you know who typically won for president based upon what not all women, but just they polled women based upon what they thought. They thought the president was the more handsome president always won.
Right. We've had celebrity.
With Ronald Reagan,
right, but
was better known for his wife being the mouth of Hollywood, legitimately. Like she deep throat, she was the GOAT. Nancy Reagan wanted us to stay off of crack, but pick up the pipe. That's what she wanted. She wanted women to do that. He won the governor of California and set the most liberal gun policies that are still to this day a conservative. Governor is the one because he didn't want Black Panthers running up in the state house with fucking rifles and shit.
Yeah, how many wrestlers have we had?
We had Tony. What's my guy in Minnesota? Minnesota had the wrestler. California had Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes. And Jake the Snake. I forget what.
Like it's crazy it's a popularity contest. It's always been a popularity contest going back to elementary school president. Like my son, like what major legislation has a 10-year-old or 11-year-old passed at an elementary school to make it worthy for them to be able to be the president? Like, it's a popularity contest. Homecoming king, homecoming queen. It's not about who's the most willing or eligible. It's like who loves the school the most. It's who's the most handsome, most beautiful, most popular.
From a logic perspective, though,
it was Jesse the Body Ventura. That's what I was saying. Not Jesse. Yeah, that's what I was trying to think. So like Tommy Tuberville. What has Tommy Tuberville ever done to make you say, you know what, I want him to, besides go undefeated at Auburn one year? And so I'm not saying, a lot of times, and that's what actually the beauty of America. This is why we need to do civics, take civics seriously, and really not have this indoctrination, but have people actually just study shit. It's supposed to be a regular, everyday person that's supposed to help run the office, because it's supposed to be of the people, by the people, not career politicians. I have a problem with the guy who looks like he might die tomorrow being like, I think there needs to be ageism in certain aspects. Like at this point, and I'm not saying people can't change, but if you said boy or negra in your vernacular, I don't necessarily want you running for office. And if you know, like in the 60s and 70s, that's how Southern people said that. They didn't just say the hard ER word. They were trying to say Negro, but it ended up being more offensive because they was like, those Negros over there. Like, I just don't want Paul making politics. Maybe run for, like, was it state office or was it like the federal, like real senator? Jaden.
Let me double check if it was
because if it's not only affecting Alabama, I don't really give a fuck.
Yeah, for pretty much y'all can have it.
I would
but I'll
assume
talk
it's
to you guys
on
about equal airtime. You said what?
I assume it's on the state level, but let me double check.
If it's on state level, that's Alabama. That's state rights. That's an Alabama problem. I ain't got to ever go to Alabama. Matter of fact, people keep asking me, am I throwing a tailgate in Tuscaloosa? And I'm like, guys, I've been to Alabama one time. I had a blast. I plan on going back to that part of Alabama. I don't know if I want to venture too deep into Alabama. Like I was a history major. I'm a little nervous at that state. Alabama, Mississippi scared the fuck out of me. That wasn't that long ago. Like my mama was alive. But I'll talk to you about Clemson. So one of my best friends is a guy by the name of Terrence Freeman. Matter of fact, if you remember a couple Fridays ago, we had my goddaughter, Evie, on. That's her father. Terrence, because he's my friend, and he had a situation where he made history. He was the first black manager for USA Baseball. This was, I don't remember. This was within, I think we were in the old studios at 1010 at that point. Damn, Jason says it's for the U.S. Senate. Yeah, I care. T was running for office at the time, but I had T come on to talk about the baseball thing, and we just said, hey, I want you to just talk about what you got going on. Man, you know, they wrote letters, emails. It's not fair. If you're going to have one person on, then have the next person on. And we were like, so? Who's the next person? Why didn't you just fucking ask to come on the show? What do you have to talk about that we can talk about? Because he wasn't there and then nobody asked for it. But if Paul Feinbaum is using a platform that has millions and millions of people watching, it does present him an unfair advantage on any election. But that's part of the reason. So everything's popular, but just go on your own platforms. Like I will say this, like they still try to use it to the YouTube podcast and things like that. But like for all of his flaws, Joe Rogan again does a great. I don't always agree with Joe, but he runs a phenomenal podcast.
Yeah.
I'll say this: like I've watched what's that Kill Tony show. Bobby been on Kill Tony, so Bobby's really famous. I don't really like the Kill Tony shit.
What?
I just think they're too reckless, and some people need to get punched in the mouth. But that's also part of the world.
Sure.
That's part of the thing.
Sure.
But what I do is I don't like him. From what I've seen, I love the platform. That platform looks like it puts people on. I seen what the fuck he did. The one guy,
Yeah.
motherfucker went from performing at Goodfellas to bitch on SNL now.
I know.
Shit, I'm jealous of the motherfucker. I want to get on Kill Tony.
My boss put him on SNL the other day. I was recording this dude like at a cigar bar.
Dead the fuck serious, dog. It is clips 3 years ago. 3 years ago, man, Mouse.
I know.
What the fuck are we doing wrong? Shit. But nah, it's just a guy took my whole stick, word for word, bar for bar, went up Kill Tony with an AI children's book called Man, Fuck Them Kids. It went viral. I don't know what else he's doing with his life, but I know he got a hell of a shot in the arm.
Right.
I saw a dude talk about damn, what did he say? It was something. He's like he liked black people. It was something, I forgot what it was. It was it's some really good cringe jokes on that show. I'll say that. But you gotta have thick skin to go on that motherfucker.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
But yeah, so like I say all that to say, fuck Paul Feinbaum and his overrated Baka looking ass. Schmeagol. They got rid of him because I don't think they own the rights to the Lord of the Rings. You can't have Schmeagol on that bitch talking like that. Bitch is ugly, dog. Paul Feinbaum's wife is an amazing woman. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. What does she look like? They got to have a picture of Paul Feinbaum's wife somewhere. Because regardless, there is nothing that she did. Like, she has low self-esteem because she feels like she's earned this. And there's nothing, baby. I'm here to tell you, Miss Feinbaum, you didn't do anything that bad on this earth to have to be punished like that. Do they have kids? Because this goes to show you, it doesn't matter. Little sauce, little talk game, little money, women to do anything. Hey, Steven said, I bet she looked like Velma from Scooby-Doo. Velma the fine one, dog. Y'all like the other one. Shit, Velma, like, because she was thick. And she had the glasses, man. We all knew what was going on with Velma, man. Nobody... Freddie knew what he was doing. Velma was the one that Freddie was doing all kind of wild shit to. The other one, you couldn't do her right. Couldn't do her the right way. She's too pretty. She want to like dictate terms. Like Velma's just like, just destroy me. That was her thing. But let's go to the next thing. We have too much time on Paul Feinbaum. Fuck him. Well, that's good. But fives deserve love too. They showed my guy who was in a poly relationship, but he said my dog said 5-2s is better. 5-2s equal to 10.
Nope, it don't. But
like, listen, man, bro. Like Stephen A. Smith did say some like get you a 7 with a good attitude.
A 7 with
It
a good
always
attitude is
wins.
great. 2s, you just don't even. I don't even know what to do with a 2.
2 is relative. 10 is relative.
Yeah, that's true.
There's cats that don't think Beyonce fine that I think are part of the community secretly.
Yeah.
You can't tell me Beyonce been fine since she was a jit with big, like she was the teenager with the big feet.
People be telling on themselves with that type of stuff. Like when someone tells me they don't like a certain race of women, I'm like, you gay.
Like I saw a picture of Taylor Swift, not in the stadium, but like just like a picture of her. I guess Taylor Swift's an attractive woman. She's not, her body's just, she's just built like when Bobby said she's fine. We're going there, you know. Actually, no, there's no such thing as an ugly billionaire. So
thank you. Taylor Swift is a great, thick white woman.
Well,
thick.
That's white girl thick.
This shit. All right, well, see, now we're lying. That was about to be my only critique is that she looks fragile, and I just wanted to eat a ham sandwich. We needed to bring Cup to the family reunion. She needs to go sit in the kitchen with the old women making the greens with the ham hocks that Miles bites directly into, and just thicken up a little bit. Like
she'll be fine when she gets kids.
We needed to get. That's what it is. I'm older now. I need some grown woman weight.
Yeah.
And when she gets her grown woman weight, but you know who's a fuck? Even though
35.
Okay, she needs to have a kid then, because kids do crazy things to women's bodies sometimes. It makes some of y'all amazing. Some
pushes over there.
Yeah, like it's just like a bomb exploded inside of them, and their body never recorded. Yeah, get us out of here, Jaden. Get us to something else.
We had all this SEC talk, and we're continuing that with some quarterback talk coming from newly acquired SEC team Oklahoma. So Oklahoma QB John Mateer is pushing to return this week for the game against Steve Sarkisian and Texas. There's a belief that his return is possible as he reacted well to surgery. He was one of the front runners for the Heisman Award, James. But with that injury, got sidelined a bit, name dropped a couple spots on that list. But do you think he should make a return against Texas this week? Because, you know, Texas, newly unranked team, is it worth it for John Mateer to make this statement post-surgery?
Man, that hand surgeries are weird like that, man. Like, and it's his throwing hand, I believe. So, I mean, here's my thing. If I'm going to lose, I don't want to lose with the regret that I should have been the one playing. Now, if my quarterback is decent, I'm protecting him from himself. But if he goes out there and wins, like it goes to what I say all the time on the Gator Bowl thing, or just even now, like a lot of these quarterbacks aren't good. They aren't going to be like NFL caliber quarterbacks, but they're just fun to watch. Like if he can go out there and give us a Haynes King performance, he'll be forever remembered in Oklahoma. So we'll see. Kudos to him. But that's going to be a defensive game.
Speaking of the Heisman race, let's look at the Heisman odds courtesy of BetMGM after week 6. James, your boy up here on the list, courtesy of BetMGM, Carson Beck, Mandarin U alum, leads the college football landscape in Heisman odds with plus 500. Dante Moore shortly after him, the Oregon QB plus 700. Jeremiah Smith, James, is top 5. He is tied with Ty Simpson for plus 800. And Fernando Mendoza of Indiana is your number 5 player in the Heisman odds. You also have Julian Sayin, Trinidad Chambliss, Sam Levitt, Marcel Reed of Texas A&M, C.J. Carr of Notre Dame, and Joey Aguilar of Tennessee, James. So plus 500 for Carson per BetMGM. James, would you take that bet? 5 times your money for Carson Beck to win that Heisman Trophy.
I'll take that bet. I actually said that. Like the Miami has nothing on their schedule that should scare anybody. But they I also said that whoever wins that game, that quarterback will be the one who will be put to the front of the Heisman discussions. Carson just won't have all of the stats. He'll have the wins. He'll have the resume. And if they win the ACC championship, he will be he'll win the Heisman. He'll be automatically considered the best quarterback in Miami history. And he'll have a battery behind him, and that's really what you need is the hype. Unless Jeremiah Smith just starts putting up 200 like video game numbers at wide receiver, which I don't see that happening because I'm not going to let one person destroy me.
Shout out to Mandarin alum Carson Beck in the lead for the Heisman. Great to see somebody from Duval get put on the map like this in the greatest way possible. So even though he's on the Hurricanes, at least somebody from the city doing their thug dizzle for the respective university. So shout out to Carson Beck, man. Hopefully we can continue to see your name on the top of that list. So now we are at the end of our college football segment, and we're going to transition into the NFL. Super excited to talk ball today because the Jaguars got a W against the Kansas City Chiefs on Monday Night Football. And man, it was a 28-31 victory for the Jaguars. They bumped up to 4-1, same record as the Indianapolis Colts in the AFC South. So before we get into some specific pictures and posts from this game, let's take a look at the box score of this game and get the
Gotta always take a look at the box.
always got to take a look at the box score and the team stats. So we're going to take a deep dive into the game and discuss the big moments that made this game spectacular. So first, let's go to the box score. Going to share this with you all right here. Boom. So let's start off with the winning QB, Trevor Lawrence. He went 18 of 25 for 221 yards, average of 8.8 yards per completion, and he had 1 touchdown and 1 interception, got sacked 3 times, but he had 2 touchdowns on the ground because he had 10 carries for 54 yards, average of 5.4 yards per carry. Parker Washington caught the lone receiving touchdown for the Jacksonville Jaguars. He had 2 catches for 16 yards. Brian Thomas Jr., 4 receptions for 80 yards, a long of 33. And Travis,
big one on the sideline.
Yep, he did have a big throw on that last drive. And man, shout out to that throw by Trevor Lawrence, really putting faith in your guys. And Travis Hunter had a long of 44. He had 3 receptions for 64 yards as well. Travis Kelce scored the lone receiving touchdown for the Chiefs. Kareem Hunt had 2 on the ground, and Patrick Mahomes actually had 1 on the ground as well. Olukan led the Jacksonville defense in tackles, 14 total tackles.
He's so damn good, man.
7 of them solo. Love watching Olukan on the squad. But James, we got to talk about Devin Lloyd. Even though he had 2 total tackles, 2 of them were solo, 1 pass defended, 1 QB hit as well. He also had the 99-yard pick 6 on Patrick Mahomes. So let's get into the team stats as well. So the Jaguars had 21 first downs compared to the Chiefs' 26. They both went 5 of 9 on third down as well. Chiefs had way more total yards than the Jags, 476 compared to 319 as well. In passing yards, they had 108 more passing yards than the Jaguars. Chiefs had more rushing yards. They averaged 7.2 yards per rush compared to the Jaguars, 4.2. And the Chiefs were in the red zone 4 times. Jaguars got to the red zone 3 times, and they each did not score in their red zone trips once. And let's take a look at these penalties, James. Chiefs had 13 penalties, raked up 109 yards, while the Jags had 4 for 25. But the Jaguars had that turnover battle in this game. One fumble loss with Trevor Lawrence right at the goal line. That could have made the game a little bit more easier for the Jags, but got stuffed by Bolton on the line, on the goal line, ultimately resulted in a fumble. And then the horrible interception that should have been a pass interference call by the Chiefs, but ended up not getting a call. And Trevor ended up throwing an interception as well. But James, let's go through this game, through some of the notable plays that occurred during this game, with one of the first ones being that fumble at the goal line for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Start of the second quarter, James, was a good play. Marched down the field, was a 9-play, 59-yard drive right here. And you can see right here, Trevor Lawrence up the middle to KC1 for no game, fumble, and Nick Bolton recovered. James,
He was in there too, and this is one of those games where I always say, "Why you have to play better. You can't blame the refs. The referees definitely weren't on the side of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and notable idiot Robert Griffin III tweeted out that the disparity in the penalties call, and I'm like, that's not what we're saying. We're saying there were clear holds. We're saying holding can be called every play, but literally the interception that Trevor threw, like Parker Washington was literally jammed up. The first touchdown was clearly a pick, and people trying to argue about you can block 1 yard down. You can block 1 yard downfield. The problem is that this happened. They were on the 2-yard line. You can see where the block occurred in the end zone. 1 is less than 2. So if it happens between the 1 and the 2, family as a class, we can deduce that it happened more than 1 yard down the field. It also has to be before the ball is thrown. And it also has to actually look like you're running a route.
Yeah.
He didn't even attempt to run the slant. That bitch ran and put his shoulder right in our guy's chest. Fine. Shit happens. Doesn't matter. They have made what a touchdown is in the NFL has become so complicated.
Yeah.
That like we have seen way less get a touchdown. The ball literally broke the plane. That's what we're told. None of it makes sense. The ball, to score a touchdown as a runner, all you have to do is let the ball break the plane and have control of it. To catch a pass, you have to have that bitch solid, 2 feet in, and then if it shifts a little bit, it's an incompletion if the referee's on the rag that day. If he's not on the rag, I can't say that because we have female refs now. Fuck it. You're in a man's world. Like, bitch, problem. It's a legitimate issue. Like male periods are starting to become pseudoscience. So maybe, we're all equal or whatever the fuck. Point is that as much as I want to bash Trevor about shit, Trevor had a lot of shit going wrong his way.
You could still bash him.
And he's still mid.
I don't trust him.
But he was clutch. Trevor was so Trevor that he had to win in Trevor fashion.
Right.
And I love it. Because at the end of the day, all that matters is that W. And it's win 10. Win 10 and you're in. We used to talk about it. The most important thing for Jaguar fans to realize So we need to be playing meaningful. We are going to be playing meaningful games in November, regardless of what happens the rest of this month. We don't get to do that often. All you got to do is win one more. You know what we're doing? We're playing meaningful games in December.
Yeah.
Don't fuck around and go like the schedule. All right. I know they've lost. They lost, but like the teams. But the Rams defense is really good.
Oh yeah.
So we got the Rams. A little nervous. Not gonna lie to you.
A lot of nerves.
But the other two teams, we haven't played the Seahawks. They stink. They come here Sunday. Like for the first time, like every time I've ever been in Jags, even on the 17 run and on the 22 run, people saw us and said, like the Jags were trash going into the bye week. And then Doug did some stuff and made Trevor believe in himself and gave him some apple juice or whatever. Like what I used to do with my son, be like, hey, this is magical water to make you stronger. It's just regular plain tap water. But he believed. So that's what they had to do to Trevor. Bro, you beat the Seahawks. I don't think you beat the Rams in London. I think we play the Titans. They fucking ass.
Yeah, there. So
There was somebody else that we play his ass. Bottom line is we can go 3-1 in the month of October.
also we play to our competition. That's why I'm a little scared. We lose one of the ones.
Well, Cam Ward is not going to let you lose. Cam wants us to win. Yeah, we got Vegas. I don't know what the fuck Gino going through, but God. I'm happy.
Yeah, they're horrible too. Damn, that's an easy schedule.
And that's getting us to November. So like right now we got Seattle. Shit, my bad. We're gonna go 2-1 for the month of October because we got a bye week after LA. Then you got 1-2. You go 3-1 in November. There's only one team in November that, man, you know what? I don't know if we can get them, dog. That's the Chargers.
Yeah, this month was literally our hardest games. October.
Like, so what? So we go 2-1 this month, right? All right. So that puts we were at 4. We're 4-1 right now. For those who don't know, I have to always say this though. Even in spite of Trevor Lawrence, we are 18 seconds away from being 5-0. Like they only didn't lead that game for 18 seconds, and that's fucked up. But whatever, happens. So we go 2-1. That gets us to 6-2. The Jags could be 9-3 going into the most wonderful month of the year. Do you know how much holiday cheer will be here? Now, leave it to the Jags, and we've done this before. We've only needed to win one game. And we played nothing but rookie quarterbacks and backups. And they still figured out a way to not win one game. But I'm gonna say with King Julian at the helm, I got another. So okay, this was mean. This was mean-spirited by one of my friends. I didn't come up with this. You're King Julian to me. Can we look up Quasimodo? The cartoon version of Quasimodo. And just put it up there because the eyes are a little like King Julian got the deep eye sockets like Liam has, but he doesn't have the shift. So when you see the shift, it might throw something off too. But while they're looking up our head coach, Jaden, what else we going through with the Jags game?
Just talking about some notable plays that occurred within the game. That first one you did mention, I did not start off with that, but the pick touchdown, which resulted in Kansas City getting that 7-0 lead. The pick was done by Juju Smith-Schuster, James. Like you said, it didn't even look like he was running a route. Really like he was setting a screen on our defensive back. So sucks to see that call went through, but a lot of things had to go right this game, James, because any of my Jaguars fans, it actually was Trevor Lawrence's birthday on Monday. So, and there was also a full moon that night. The commentators would not let me forget that watching the game. So a lot of things had to happen right for the game.
And our magical elf made an appearance on a scooter. Little Duval.
Oh wow.
Our magical winning elf is like it just comes out of nowhere when victories happen. Yeah, that's me. That shit had me in stitches. Though I love people who are funny just for no reason.
So, James, progressing along through the game, let's go to the second half. Along with this, there was only 3 drives in the third quarter, resulting in that interception courtesy of Devin Lloyd that happened at the 2:19 mark in the third on at the Jacks 3-yard line. Devin Lloyd picked it off, popped out, and decided to return it to the crib. Hopefully, he can get some more AFC Defensive Player of the Week recognitions and awards. It would be
I
great.
can't even bet for Devin Lloyd right now on Hard Rock.
Mm.
Yeah, it's crazy. I could bet Trayvon Walker for Defensive Player of the Year, but I can't bet not on Hard Rock. Oh, I lied. I'm about to go ahead and put my $10 bonus bet on that.
Shout out that boy Devin Lloyd, man.
Wait a minute.
Yo, that play was electric.
What the hell? I got $100 bonus bet?
Oh, yes, sir.
Like $2 and $5 here. Like they giving me more. $10 gets you $250.
Low-key, that might be a good bet. I might have to. I can't bet in Texas. Maybe I should do it.
You got to do it while you're here.
Yeah, because I tried to bet in the Jags Commanders Super Bowl in Texas, and they wouldn't let me.
Dude, like I was so mad when I went to the Texas game with the Jags because I do my parlays. And so what happens is, for those who don't know, when you're in a stadium and you use the Hard Rock betting app, they'll give you bonus bets if certain things happen. So like
Really?
so I got a $10 bonus bet because of the pick 6 by Devin Lloyd.
Okay, I'm
And
downloading
then
the Hard
other
Rock
stuff. So you can bet, but like this is when people were like, you don't know what you're talking. Dude doesn't watch ball. Trevor does want to throw the BTJ bullshit. You know how I know? You know how many times I'm like, oh yeah, BTJ for to get 80 yards and a touchdown on this team. Wrong. But you know who did help me with my money? Macawis Jones. Trevor hates me in gambling because he loves Jesus.
He didn't get Brenton Strange before. I was so mad.
Like it's well, he got Brenton Strange. Again, I tell y'all about them infirmary balls. The body is only so strong. Yes. You didn't notice we were going. Nobody knows who Long is.
I was like, what's going on with my parlay?
Bro, Brenton Strange got knocked out. Like
he's on IR for like 4 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
De'Ami Brown. Like you see, he came back. You see the motherfucker's gunshot.
Yeah.
He caught it one time when it mattered, but he's just like, yeah. Like they just say, boo, drops it. He's like, he doesn't know what's going on. Parker doesn't have a life. He doesn't care. Parker's fighting for his life. They told Parker, if you don't, you are I don't even know what he is.
I don't.
Is he white? Is he he's Simpson colored?
Simpson colored.
So like he had to come in and say, listen, we don't know what you are, but we know you're not black. This is a black receiver league, boy. If you want to make this team, you got to get out there and you got to earn it. You got to do what the blacks ain't willing to do. That's exactly how they talk to him. Leo puts on a cowboy hat. It has a stick, like what are the weed? Not weed, but like has what he's chewing on something. And he talks to him, he's like, here, listen, here, boy. You better get out there. You go cross that middle now. You gonna get now. Nah, Parker, I love big Parker Washington fan though. I like Parker Washington. Long got to fight for his life. Nobody knew who the fuck he was. When he scored a touchdown in the first game, I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Who invited Long in? Like, I was like, why are you throwing to him and not throwing to Strange? We don't like him. But the field goal, Cam Little did make one, but should have got 7 on that though. But yeah.
Then there was the horrible no call on Parker Washington, resulting in Trevor Lawrence's sole interception in the game. And the pass was intended for Parker Washington. And the Jaguars ended up turning over the ball at their own 21-yard line. So, man, it sucked to see the Jaguars have this interception. But James, talk about the extreme no call that happened during that play on the Simpson colored Parker Washington.
Like it's like I saw Trevor doing this, and that didn't even describe what happened. He was tackled. And it was a couple of times that it wasn't the only one. It was like numerous, but when I step back and I have lived experiences, I remember KC versus Tampa Bay. And if you watch that year, they teach we're going to make the referees tell us dictate the game. So they're going to mug the fuck out of you. And if the referees aren't calling it, then they're going to continue to do that for the rest of the game. And when they played the Buccaneers and Tom Brady, if you go back and look at how many 15-yard, how many pass interferences they got that game, the referees were on top of that. So you're going into this thing like they weren't calling it, but then they did. It ends up fucking them in the end because they more than likely that was like, but I'm grateful for it too because it slowed down. I don't want to give Patrick Mahomes 20 extra seconds because it was, I think BTJ was getting interfered with. He also did an incredible job of coming back to try to get the ball because again, Trevor, we know he has the potential to have good ball placement because he has a child, but he did not have good ball placement right there, like numerous times in the game. So it just the no calls, but that's why I'll say this: last year's team would have been affected by that. It would have messed them up. They seem to be focused, and even with it, when we all gave up hope, they didn't. Because I'm not gonna hold you. Like there was very little faith in Trevor driving down the field for 7. We all have faith in Cam. No matter how Cam hasn't played like we thought he would play right now, but we still have faith Cam Little hitting the 65-yard field goal to win the game. You telling me Trevor's going to drive 65 yards to win the game? Nah, I don't know, man. It's a little terrifying, but I'll say he kept him focused, and that I don't like the my bad or focus or this right. We'll get it right. I don't like that normally, but it seems to have been working. So kudos to them. I don't know, Jaden, if you're talking, you're
My
muted.
bad. It was muted. I'm sorry about that. But what I was saying was I almost had to throw the remote at the TV when Trevor Lawrence got that delay of game penalty at the Kansas City 11. It seems that it's been a continuation of him not looking at the play clock, resulting in these delay of games. And man, luckily he came back, and I know a lot of people saw the double trip, ended up getting the touchdown to win the game.
Most unathletic thing I ever seen win a game.
It is a very Jaguars win. So from that delay of game penalty, he actually threw a pass to De'Ami Brown, and then they actually got another penalty. So it was intended for Brian Thomas, but intercepted. And the penalty was a defensive pass interference, so it actually got reversed. And then the Trevor Lawrence show began, had the double fall, got back up, and had his second rushing touchdown for the game to end up getting that victory over the Kansas City Chiefs. But James, I know a lot of things.
Played my hold on now. We gotta get some gospel, dog. Go pull up my oh my bad. I thought that was the Trevor one. If we're gonna play, we gotta set the scene because slowing it down really gives it the gospel effect that it needs. I think it's on my IG. It might be on my IG too, but I definitely know. Or it actually is on our YouTube. Damn, Donnie McClurkin hogging all the tithes and offerings. Demonetize that bitch, but whatever. But stumble in the jungle. I was also thinking, I almost wanted to put DMX Get At Me, dog, because in one of those clips, I know Jaden was raised right, so he listened to you're a fan of DMX, correct, Jaden? So you love Jeezy, so
Yeah, I like DMX.
all right, when they get at me, dog, he said, when I set shit off, I have N-words falling like white bitches in a scary movie. Ah! That's just what it looked like. He looked like a white woman. Well, he is, and he does look like Ann Coulter. He fumbled, he stumbled not once, he stumbled not twice, but he rose on the third try.
I was so mad looking at this. Like, you can't trust this for nothing, bro. That last 2-minute drill, I was just like, oh.
When
man,
people
my
say the
stomach
NFL is scripted, I don't know why they would script Jaguar victory. We're like the bad news bears in the league. We're the lovable losers. But boy, that was good. Nobody touched him because nobody could believe in the biggest moment of the game. This man tripped. That it's not, and it really like the interception makes Trevor, because of Trevor's history. You're just like, yo. So you just want to automatically blame him.
Yeah, but that's my thing though. Before the game even started, I penciled in that Trevor was going to throw a pick that day.
Bro,
I knew. So no matter how it happened, I wasn't even affected.
You want to know how real it is? You don't get really much money for him throwing an interception.
Yeah.
You get more money for him like not throwing anything, because he's thrown an interception like in 11 straight fucking games.
I counted it. I penciled it in there.
But what else did Trevor do that like the guard, like the guard stepping on his foot, like getting back too fast.
Ridiculous.
Like it's just
it was all cinema, bro. It was WNFL script. It was perfect.
He fell.
Where were you in the stadium like when that happened?
I wasn't in the stadium. Actually,
you were out.
I was out getting ready to, because I have to leave because we literally come on right after. Because we're on. So like again, one of the streaming people, we'll have that stuff coming up. Buddy was mad, but like it streams on ABC 25 and it streams on, I forgot, it actually streams multiple. I don't know. But this is the part. This is the trips me out. I just don't understand it.
Yeah, it's so come on.
It was like so helpless. It just looks so dramatic.
Oh my gosh. There, it looked like he wasn't gonna. He was 1 yard there.
You're so happy to deliver a dead pig across a marked line, and it just does everything. Like,
no, that James. I didn't know you were in the stadium, bro. That moment
I wasn't.
Was crazy.
So the worst part about doing those things, because there's a delay.
Yeah.
So something good or something bad has happened.
You can probably hear it
because you can hear the stadium
from where you're standing.
And I'm like, and so like so like the BTJ catch.
Yeah,
I heard it, and then you hear you're like, okay, good. Now you're like, all right, I know to watch.
Yeah,
but like if I would like we would have, because what happened? So I had to leave. I left 2 minutes. Before in the fourth quarter, because if you don't,
so before we got the ball back,
no, I think they had just scored.
Okay, Kansas City just scored.
No, it was before, because Kansas City scored we had like a minute 45
left, 1:45.
So I left in 2 minutes because I remember I barely got in there, and I was in the elevator with Dan Hicken. No, he did not talk to me.
Okay.
Brett Martineau might have saved it though. It was Brett Martineau and Dan Hicken were in the elevator with me. Old black lady said, "Baby, no, it's 2 minutes now, babe. But you know what? Come on, because 2 minutes they say you cannot go, you can't go down. You have to wait.
Oh wow!
Because all of the television crews that are upstairs have to get downstairs so they can get set up. So they shut the elevators down.
Okay,
and then they also shut the elevators down for a little bit longer after that, because the coordinators for the other teams have to have access to the elevators.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So I'm like, all right, let me get on out of here before I get stuck, because if I don't get out of here, I'm gonna miss the news. So I'm going there, and we were watching it, and it was just amazing. But I do know people cheered, and one of the things you're not supposed to do in the press box is it's the dumbest thing in the world. They know you're Kansas City media. They know you're this. You have to remain neutral. I cheer for everybody because I like football.
Wait, so you can't like get excited, or you just
you can't get excited at all.
That's all.
You have to be like,
You got to treat it like tennis.
Yes, like golf clap.
Like golf.
Yeah.
Oh, that's annoying.
Like it's
bro.
very like, but nah, most of the time everybody
I'll be in there wrecking ball. They got to throw me out that hole. I was hyped, James. I'm telling you, like I usually buy the nosebleed tickets and then I
walk out to
around.
the buzz zone.
Yeah. But sometimes, you know what I'm saying, it'd be open seats in the lower bowl. So for this one, it was like right after Kansas City scored, one of the guest service people told me I couldn't stand where I was standing. So I walked to the other side of the stadium and our end zone side, and I found a seat in the lower bowl right in our end zone. So I was right there where Trevor scored at.
Wow.
Because there was open seats right there. I go there, I sit down, I'm chopping it up with the strangers. We got a minute 45. So we became best friends in the minute and 30 seconds that I'm sitting by these people.
Have you seen the black guy in the stands during that?
Which one?
Like he's just like he looks.
Oh, the video.
And he turns because he falls, and then he's looking at everybody else's reactions, and he turns back. It's just it was the most Trevor moments.
Why was he watching the TV though? He that guy.
But I think when you saw Trevor fall,
oh, like
you know
it's so like I'm standing in front of you right now.
Trevor falls.
Yeah, I'm standing right here where we're at.
Oh wow! Like when I saw him fall, I would have been like, you know what?
You looked away.
Fuck this, and fuck this guy,
bro.
But like you gotta but again, at that point, if the guy Trevor has stabbed you, so you might as well follow through and see the death all the way through. But then a miracle happens.
Yes,
it's just crazy.
Bro, it erupted. It was crazy. Yo. We were all in our section. We were going crazy. It was like the 130s or whatever where I was in that end zone side. Everybody's face. Like after Kansas City scored, our hearts are broken. We were dead silent. Like we were over there chilling, panicking. People was praying. God, Allah, Shaq Khan. They was praying to everybody out there. And I don't know, bro. I don't know how, but I thank God. Because even in the most Jaguars way, we still been winning. Like you said, in the last games, we would have lost these games.
Yeah.
We still been Jaguaring it up. Somehow coming out with W.
A lot of people don't realize the NFL is designed for one-score games. And the Jags have always been on the wrong side of the close games.
Yeah.
And this year they're on the right side of it. So they just got to continue to keep it up and keep getting better. And
we're feasting.
Like enjoy not being the circle game for a little bit.
Now everyone's on notice though. Do you think now that people are like about to start glazing us, we're gonna keep doing good? Or
I think they got the glaze ain't happening yet.
You don't think they're gonna glaze us?
Gotta get to 7. Once they get to 7 wins,
I don't know.
If they're 7-3,
the Chiefs.
But the Chiefs are also 2-4 right now.
Okay.
So like they're not, or 2-3. They're not. They've been losing to everybody. So
okay.
But they've been playing some now what would be considered tough teams. But we'll see. They'll treat it like how people treat the FSU win over Bama. That wasn't the real Kansas City Chiefs you beat. Like now they're better, but we'll see. Like
I should have stormed the field.
Oh, that would have been wild to storm the field for an NFL game.
Has that ever happened in the NFL?
I don't know.
Do people storm?
That's why I tell people they're not as passionate as what they think. NFL is people got jobs. People can't go to jail on a Sunday. Nobody wants to do first appearances on Monday.
I'm not gonna lie. That if the Jaguars fans would have stormed the field Monday Night Football, that actually would have been the most legendary.
That would have made it even better.
We actually would have. We should have. So who do we talk to organize something like that, in advance, in case these happen? You know, who we got to hit up? Are you the guy?
No. What's my guy's name? That has the scoop Dilla.
Oh, really?
Dilla. Reverend.
Eric.
Eric Dunn.
Yo, I actually just met them for the first time. They shout out to both of them. Eric did my BSPN show.
Okay.
I pulled up to the tailgate, asked him a couple questions.
Eric can drink copious amounts of tequila.
Yeah.
I've been there before.
You think I can drink more than Eric?
No.
Look, you don't think I can drink more than Eric?
No.
Wow.
Because of the size.
I'm not even that much smaller
than Eric Dunn.
I stood next to him. He was like 6'3".
I'm not talking about height. Derek Dunn is a large black mammal, dog.
And you think that like adds
That
to,
does like you can drink more because of
Are
the
you saying that
mass.
with science or just
Yeah,
how
with
you
science.
feel?
I'm dead
Have you
serious.
seen me drink, James?
You can build up a tolerance, but like big people can drink. Like because also big people typically got a little more calories in them. If they eaten, like that would probably be a good one.
I might have to challenge him to a drink off.
But go ahead, Jaden. What we got with this Travis Hunter?
So all the fans of the NFL and of Travis Hunter have been keeping an eye on him when it comes to him playing both sides of the ball in the NFL. So this is why we've been keeping some focus on his snaps. So he had 39 offensive snaps and 25 defensive snaps yesterday versus the Chiefs, and he also had that season high 64-yard receiving game against the Chiefs. So PFF actually graded Travis Hunter as a top 5 performer on both offense and defense last night. He came in at number 4 on defense, number 2 on offense. That grab right here, you see him making, really, really propelled the Jags to get that W too much down the field. So not surprising, but it looks like he's getting a little bit more confident out there, getting more reps, James. Love to see it from our first round pick. But do you see him continuing this track on that offensive and defense side of the ball? You see for a moment his defensive snaps went down, but they're continuing to rise back up again, James. So it looks like Campanelli and Cohen are seeming to have this relationship right here. But these numbers right here, top 5 in both, I mean, pretty special when you think about it.
It's about that time to shift Tyson Campbell to the safety because all he wants to do is tackle. Covering is not his ministry right now. I'm still not sold on him as a defensive player, and I'm terrified because that picture re-triggered me. Because one of the things that I said Travis has to do, and why Trevor will have a good season, is because he has BTJ to be able to take the top off of a defense. You have, but infirmary ball, De'Ami Brown, infirmary guy, Strange currently in the infirmary. And if you look at the catch that he made, like he had to go up top and he got kind of helicoptered a little bit. Like you need spectacular catch guys. And that frightens me a little bit because my man is petite, you know?
He's definitely putting the work out there. But yeah, James, that was a monster catch, and he came down very nasty. Could have ended up the other way, but glad he's been drinking his milk, man. Glad he's been drinking his milk because could have been scary. But shout out to Travis and shout out to the Jags because they are 4-1 for the first time since 2007. James, so it's been a little minute since they were 4-1, and this is their first win against the Chiefs since 2009. I believe they've had 8 matchups since then, but this is a Jaguars' first win against the Chiefs since 2009. So we definitely going on the right track. But James, speaking of losses, let's take a look at when the Chiefs suffered their third loss from last year to this year, because the Chiefs' third loss last year was in Super Bowl LIX to the Eagles, but they already endured 3 losses in this season. So, hey, man, everything can happen so fast. You can be in the Super Bowl one year, and then the next year already tie your amount of wins in 5 weeks. So, man, James, tables turn real fast, real fast out there for the Chiefs. So, NFL, like you say, stands for not for long. And speaking of not for long, Rasheed Wallace was not having the interactions last night in Duval because fan walked up to Rasheed Wallace and said, quote, Rasheed Wallace, I told him I was a big fan of him growing up, and he said, get the F out of my face. So definitely the attitude holds up on and off the court. If you guys did not know, Wallace is a diehard Kansas City Chiefs fan, and he was about to show how much of a diehard he was to this Jags fan last night. At Jags Drew posted this, and you can say it went viral, 4.3 million views, but Rasheed Wallace was not having it, and it looks like he's waiting for his Uber Black or something. I don't know. He's just dolo outside, but this is a funny picture wanted to share.
Yeah.
About it.
That's funny though, because like, we talk about downtown Indy. That's very bold, Rasheed. It's called the Bangum, dog. Like, if Buddy wanted to write this is why Jacksonville is so dangerous and Mayor Deegan needs to do something about the colored African American fatherlessness is in the and you know what I would have said? Like, hey, got a point, man. Shit. People got points. It's like I don't walk downtown Jacksonville. Downtown Indy. I've never felt safe. It's clean. I'm like, man, this is where it's at. It's really, really nice. It's very bright. Like lights are everywhere.
I'm not gonna lie, it'd be a lot of like really bad Jacksonville girls who live in the worst parts of town, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not parking over here,
brother. Listen. What that quote? My dick is taking me places that the Navy SEALs wouldn't go. That is true about Jacksonville, Florida, man. Like, but like, Rasheed got to be careful. Like that tough guy shit. Like when you become a millionaire, I believe you shouldn't be no punk. But a lot of times, like even 50 Cent rolls with the entourage. You're not getting to 50 Cent. Like it may look like he dolo, he is not. 50 Cent. When I was in last year, I went to the Texans game, and 50 was there. The day before that, I was in Dallas at the SMU game. I saw my favorite president, W. W was walking dolo. He might have had like 2 Secret Service agents. It was him and his wife that was just walking, vibing. They were around. They're in Gen Pop. Like I was like, that's the president. Like just hanging out. 50 had 50 people walking with him at the Texans game. Because I think he was promoting the partnership that he was doing with some NFL stadiums with liquor. So like, shoot, 50 like and then I heard what's the dude? I call him gay because he always got something to say about gay shit. Whack was like 50 was talking shit and he thought he had him, and he walked up to him at the bar and 50 looked at him and he just smiled. And then he's like, out of nowhere, it was like the damn Navy SEALs came out of that bitch. Like he's like, we thought we grabbed him. He's like, he had us surrounded. And it just, but anyways, though, like the shit just it's crazy when you think about some of this stuff.
This is our last news regarding the Jags. So, like Bobby did mention earlier, Jaguars have placed tight end Britton Strange on injury reserve. He dealt with a hip injury in this game, which resulted in Long getting some bump. So anybody wondering about Strange's status, here it is for you right there. So we're going to keep on moving along in the NFL. James, we got some news coming from Ohio. So we are talking about this quarterback situation between the Browns and the Bengals, a little interstate trade, if you will, because the Browns are trading QB Joe Flacco and a 6th-round pick to the Bengals for a 5th-round pick. So between the Cleveland Browns and Cincinnati Bengals. So with this, James, Shedeur Sanders officially the QB2 in Cleveland. So he's moving up the ranks, man, with his OG gone to Cincinnati with Joe Burrow's injury, and Jake Browning was filling in for Joe Burrow. And the Bengals expect Joe Flacco to make his start this upcoming Sunday for the Cincinnati squad. So just wanted to highlight this and share this with everybody if you're a fan of any of those teams. Moving along, James, Joe Flacco was known for his time at the Ravens, right? Got a Super Bowl with them, was teammates with some Hall of Fame players, but the Ravens aren't the same Ravens like they used to be, James, because let's take a look at this graphic. That 2000s Ravens defense, one of the best defenses of all time, allowed 165 points the entire season. And this season, already through week 5, the Ravens have allowed 177 points. So I know it's 2 different types of games, 2 different styles back then, more of a run game. Now it's a lot of passing, air raid, wide offense right there. But James, even though the Ravens defense was the best of the best, this Ravens defense this year has been looking really, really terrible out here. And this number's proven, man.
It was before the Lamar shit. Like, stuff was crazy, man. Like, the way stuff has been going. So, like, that defense is putrid.
Yeah, it's looking bad out there for the Ravens. Hopefully they can rebound, but I know they've been having some nagging injuries. Per Kyle Hamilton, one of the stars on that defensive side of the ball. But James, they're looking to hopefully establish some sort of connection with your boy CJ Gardner Johnson, because free agent safety CJ Gardner Johnson is signing with the Ravens practice squad per his agent Kevin Connors. So Gardner Johnson still gets his fully guaranteed 2025 salary with the Texans. So there is little financial impact for the Ravens. Shout out to the Ravens getting him on a fleece, and shout out to CJ Gardner Johnson for getting back on a squad. I know somebody can use his expertise and his Super Bowl experience for the squad, and the Ravens need all the help they can get on that defensive side of the ball. So just wanted to update you for any of my Gator fans or any of my friends of CJ Gardner Johnson.
You think he's still talking shit?
I don't know. He's been kind of quiet. Hopefully he's been listening to his agent, been keeping it on the hush. But man, hopefully he does not talk any more trash. Speaking of talking trash, James, these two New York teams can't say a word when it comes to the NFL, because only two teams in the NFL that have 100 plus losses over the last 10 seasons. And those two teams share a stadium, and they share a wicked turf field, and that is MetLife Stadium in New York, because those two teams are the New York Jets and the New York Giants, both teams in the NFL that have 100 plus losses over the last 10 seasons, and they are the only teams for that. But man, that turf field strikes again. The turf field curse, nothing more than that, man, from the looks of it, because can't imagine having over 100 plus losses in the last 10 seasons, and you got to share that energy in the stadium with the other team. So man, it's just a bad match.
Like, imagine being good and the other one sucks, and y'all both in like 10. Damn, wow, it's just a lot of losses, a lot of loser blood.
A lot of loser blood. I'm surprised the Browns isn't on this list, but man, they managed to skate on by. But the Jets and the Giants, man, two of New York's own, not showing you why they should be at MetLife, man. It's crazy. So we're going to keep on keeping along with our NFL coverage, because I had to double take, James. I did not think this stat was true, but it is. And Mr. CTE, not Antonio Brown, is doing his thing in Miami. And that is Miami tight end Darren Waller. So with his 3 receiving touchdowns, that is the most by a Dolphin in his first 2 games with the team in their program's history. So Darren Waller, a.k.a. rapper, a.k.a. tight end, is making history in the Dolphins organizations.
You know, they always blame the man in breakups, but I love to see a king flourishing after the divorce.
He truly looks unstoppable in the red zone. Like he's too tall.
He's happy. It's happy. City boys up.
Waller is a 6'6" tight end who, like Miles said, definitely makes his presence known in that red zone. Unstoppable. 3 receiving touchdowns. So continue to do your thing, man, and continue to drop some crazy music while in the process. We need a mid-season mixtape from Darren Waller, man. I know Tyreek's out. I know you could probably do a little song for Tyreek, telling him to get better soon. But man, shout out to Darren Waller making your presence known for sure. So James, let's get to our money moves segment of today, because we got some people getting fined in the league. We're going to start in ascending order, starting with the Cardinals head coach, Jonathan Gannon. I don't know if you guys have seen this news story, but can't wait to share it with you guys if this is your first time. So Cardinals are fining head coach Jonathan Gannon $100,000 for his sideline altercation with running back Amari DeMarcado, who dropped the football before crossing the goal line Sunday on what would have been a 72-yard touchdown run, resulting in the Titans' first win of the season. And Schefter said there will be no further discipline for Gannon. So let's take a look at the sideline altercation to see if that $100,000 fine was worth it. Got it right here for you guys. Let me make sure. Okay, you guys can see it. So everybody in the chat, make sure to let us know what you think about this altercation between Gannon and DeMarcado, and was it worth that $100,000?
I can't believe he hit that guy. That's the part that I'm mad about. But maybe they're just saying he was just kind of throwing in a different direction. I don't know. Like, there's no excuse for that. That's wow. But I do know this. I'd be pissed if somebody broke 75 yards and fumbled the ball the way he fumbled it. Like,
especially it just happened the week before, right?
I also just think referee, like the man clearly was scoring. Like he clearly, it's arguable that he broke the plane. Like, come on, man. Why would you do that besides the fact that you want to be a dick? This is why people hate referees.
Yeah.
Like Bryson scored a touchdown and was so wide open. Like he turned around at the 5 and like just backed into it. And he was like, I could have thrown a flag for that and it wouldn't have counted. But why? Why would you have done that? We all know he could have scored. Like that would just be you choosing to be an asshole and making yourself a part of the game. That makes absolutely no sense. This is why I personally think there's too many protections for referees. Like because they make statements like this. But that should have been a touchdown. Nonetheless, he fumbled it. You should not hit somebody like that. But if you didn't fumble the ball, would you have been hit? So like that's my only thing. Like I don't know if I would have allowed that to happen to me or my sons, even in the NFL. So, but there's a lot of money on the line, 100,000. That's fine. That coach got it. So $100,000 going to charity. Go send it to they should send it to the MFTK fund. Like that'd be nice if the NFL would do that.
He said he did lose his job, right?
No, he didn't lose his job.
Well, then
he just got fined 100,000. No further disciplinary action will be had.
Damn, what's his name? Kicked the kicker, and they're not even people.
Well, he sucks. Well, the Cardinals sucked. I mean, they suck too. Saying, but like, you're right. I mean, like, listen, Urban didn't get fired right as soon as he kicked the kicker. It was after. Like, if Urban would have won, he wouldn't have been fired. It's just
a collection.
Yeah, you just can't lose and kick people. And teach women how to take a snap.
Oh, yeah.
Like in the bar.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
Legendary video. Legendary. Speaking of legendary, James, Gerald is on another cap train tour because he is the king of our Money Moves segment of today because he was fined $250,000 after giving a fan the middle finger in the video. He says,
"Fuck you, money."
He says he, quote, put up the wrong show of hand, and this was during the Cowboys and Jets game in MetLife Stadium this past Sunday. And I don't know why Jerry decided to do this because they were up like the whole game, it seems like. But he said, quote, the intention was thumbs up. But we actually have the video for you guys right here.
Like, just the way he's hint. Nobody does thumbs up like that.
Staring at his hands. He's like, which one is it again?
Hey, there's a thumbs up. It was so cool. Thumbs up. They won. He's like, you not him. You. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you. Fuck you. Oh man, Gerald, bro, like that. The apology was worse than the actual gesture. They should just fine him $250,000 for lying.
Yeah, James, that $250,000 could have went to the MFTK Foundation, but it's going in the drain. And man, a finger costs you $250,000. And yes, Jerry, that is not your thumb. That is your middle finger. So, man, sucks to see all these dudes getting fined, but those are our money moves segment of the day. And Jerry, it's not surprising.
Or Jerry is a nut ass freak bull.
Yes.
We know that because he knows the size, all the sizes of all of his employees. He knows the hand size. He knows the finger, the single finger size down below the pants. Like he knows all of that stuff. So we also know he might have East Atlanta, one of the East Atlanta somebody. He might have wanted to, he like a little. Some apparently women like a little thumb these days. He might have saw a young chick that he liked, and he was just like,
"Oh my God, why is it called East Atlanta?"
That's just a joke. I've heard Future said something. Future East Atlanta, and he has no manners for these sluts. He's gonna put his thumb in the butt, and so like. I just, but I'm just saying, like, he pointed to make sure that thumbs up, little thumb, little fuck, you. It worked. It works for my good friend in North Carolina. Like, why couldn't it work for me?
Nah, ooh, man, I know that RV smells like cobwebs, and I don't even oh my God. Cobwebs and butterscotch. I don't know, man. Man, that's nasty.
Because one, don't judge me. I love butterscotch, but butterscotch is such an old person's candy.
It does taste good.
It's amazing. Butterscotch and the Werther's or Werther's Originals. Yeah. Like, that's what it's. Andy's Mitts. That's what.
Yeah, I just need to live long enough to see his documentary, a real one.
Surviving Gerald.
Oh, I just can't wait. It's coming.
He's just gonna die. Like that's an honorable way to go.
A documentary?
No, I'm just saying, like, you've done so many egregious things, terrible things in life.
You get the Netflix treatment,
and then they finally come to get you, and you just die. Like it's just that nobody gets closure. Nobody gets you finally got me.
You give them that same point.
Yeah. Like, just do that.
I know Jerry got these on deck for sure, man. Hey, you ever had one of these? These are disgusting.
Yeah, I don't know what they're called still all these years.
I just call it strawberry candy, but like every Baptist black woman had these in her purse.
Yeah, so nasty. So nasty.
Yeah. Don't even know where you buy them from. You know what? So I can. This is
I think you get it from
deflect
church.
Kids. Like, you know how you have this stuff to keep mosquitoes away from you. I don't want to participate in Halloween this year. So I'm going to use this as a deflection device. That's the candy that I'm giving kids for Halloween. I'm going to turn all the lights off. If you come in my porch, that candy will be the candy will be waiting for you. Yeah. Like, I did all that walking for you to give me some damn candy that nobody wants.
Let's finish up this NFL topic with the records of each team and the season leaders currently in their respective positions. So first things first, let's take a look at the AFC division standings after week 5. Seeing the AFC East, Buffalo leads that pack with being 4-1. New England's 3-2, even though they did give Buffalo their only loss of the season. Miami 1-4, and the New York Jets are still the only winless team in the NFL. AFC South, let's get it. Looking like one of the top divisions out there, man, with the 2 teams leading the pack right now. The Indianapolis Colts 4-1, Jaguars 4-1. Houston, Texas looking to rebound their early season struggles, 2-3. Titans 1-4 with rookie quarterback Cam Ward. AFC North, the Pittsburgh Steelers are leading the pack, courtesy of Aaron Rodgers. They're 3-1. Cincinnati 2-3, Baltimore 1-4. 4, and Cleveland 1-4. Not looking good for the North. AFC West, the Chargers and the Broncos are tied 3-2. Kansas City 2-3, and yes, Las Vegas is still only have one win, 1-4.
The one win came though when my man decided to go back to what worked. Stop letting these people who ain't never played just because they coaching good. Like you stand up, and that makes you run harder. So do that real quick. Before Jaden gets into this, I just realized nobody's raised their hand. If I guess, damn, losing to Miami took all the fucking spirit out of you, Florida State fans. Nobody wants to go to a fucking game. It's Wednesday. Like, put MFTK in the comments if you want to go to the fucking game so we can do our drawing. Type MFTK in there if you want this. If you're listening to this on the Twitter, please go to the YouTube. Stop fucking watching us on Twitter. Watch us on YouTube. Type MFTK if you would like to go to the game. Like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, it's the game's at noon. It's a little hot. We're in the end zone, so you don't got to worry about the heat. So, like, there'll be, do that. Support the guys. We have tickets.
Moving along, let's discuss the other side of the NFL, the NFC. So, NFC East, Eagles 4-1, Commanders 3-2, Dallas 2-1, and the Giants 1-4. Tampa Bay leading that NFC South division strong with their 4-1 record. And NFC North, the Detroit Lions are 4-1, Packers are 2-1-1, Minnesota is 3-2, and the Bears are 2-2. Finally, the NFC West, Mac Jones leading the squad of the Niners, former Jacksonville high school football player. He is 4-1.
He was a former Jaguar too.
Former Jaguar as well. Former Jaguar. 3-2 are the Seattle Seahawks and the Rams, and the Cardinals are 2-3. So it's looking like the AFC North is one of the worst divisions as of right now. So, man, a lot of people wouldn't expect the Ravens to be like this, or even the Bengals as well. So, tough time for all of my fans out there in that AFC North. But these are where your teams are after week 5, and these are the stat leaders as well. So Matthew Stafford leads the league in offensive passing yards. Jordan Brooks is still the leader in tackles, though he's only one ahead of Bobby Wagner. Jonathan Taylor is number 1 in rushing, 30 yards ahead of James Cook. Travis Etienne, Jaguar, is still in that top 5. Keep running the ball, Etienne, the way you've been doing, man. Love to see it. Nick Bonito leads the league in sacks, but former 2 NILs, James, are on this list. Josh Sweat and Brian Burns both tied with 5 sacks on the year, and they're tied for second place in sacks. So shout out the NILs right there. Puka Nacua leading the receiving tip, has 588 yards, and he's above JSN, Justin Jefferson, Emeka Egbuka, the rookie from Ohio State, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. So, James, we also have 2 Jaguars in the top 5 in interceptions. Devin Lloyd leading the pack, our will linebacker, with 4 interceptions. And then you got Jordan Lewis, who has 2 interceptions. Thank you, Jerry Jones, for Jordan Lewis as well. But
Jordan Lewis is nice.
He is nice.
We just got to get Tyson Campbell to figure out what he wants to do with his life.
For sure. So we are going to continue on with our show. Only got 2 more things to discuss before we have our spinning of the wheel. And first things first, welcome to our big Games BS section for today, where we bring the scope of the conversation outside of the typical football world. But today, our OG Wildin' continuation segment involves a football story that has broke the overall media landscape. But first, let's get on with our BS or Bussin' Food segment. We got a sweet treat for you, James, and I hope you like peanut butter, because these are peanut butter cup stuffed brownies. So we got the video right here.
Yes.
Yes. All right, we're gonna play it for everybody wondering.
Like I mean, I like it's a moist brownie. Somebody gave me a dry strawberry brownie with the white chocolate. It's just like, ugh. Yeah, look at that. Just fat.
I could make that.
More peanut butter? Oh, yeah.
Actually, I
Mm,
like these.
this sound, yeah.
You can cook browns.
I can make brownies.
I mean,
Like
this
one of the first
brownies
things I
come in
learned
a
to make as a
box.
kid.
Like they tell you
Yeah.
how to do it. And this just looks like brownie. This is expensive ass brownie though.
I can cook like 5 things really: brownies, chicken, rice, fish.
Sounds like a very balanced diet.
Yeah.
That's all you need. Like I think I'm with Londa. I think the extra peanut butter is maybe we go without that, but I'm not opposed to it.
Yeah. Just get you some milk.
Yeah, but like the peanut butter in the Reese's is enough.
That is,
But adding the extra peanut butter, but like that's also like a little, I want to say, I don't know, fresh peanut butter. I don't know if that's the proper way to say it, but like, you know, it just, yeah, you definitely got to have milk. Or what I really enjoy, and I'm not sure if this is proper or not. I think I'm going to start, if I'm going to eat my sweets, I'm going to eat them in the morning.
wow.
Get it out of my system.
Ah.
I have all day to try to burn it. Eat the worst food early and your best food, the food that's better for you later when you're sleeping and you go into the fast. I happen to like coffee. Really what you need, what milk does for you, because I don't even drink milk outside of eating sweets.
Yeah.
It's the contrast to the sweet. But I drink black coffee. Black coffee, I didn't understand it as a youth, but I definitely understand it now why a good like pastry pairs well with coffee. It's like it brings out the flavor in the pastry. So like,
if you're European, you can add a cigarette.
That's if I was not around kids all the time again, I would not smoke a cigarette, but I would enjoy some coffee because coffee and cigars is a really good combo. I'd sit on my porch, I'd have me a good cream cheese Danish and smoke a cigar and be like, you know what, this is part of a well-balanced breakfast.
To be French.
They seem to have better health than us.
Yeah, for real.
They do. The only thing they don't do is wear deodorant, and I just don't understand. It's just too hot over here to not be to. And to you people who wear aluminum deodorant,
that's insane.
Stop. I mean, not
You're
aluminum
insane.
deodorant. We need the aluminum.
That homemade stuff.
Yeah, we don't need the homemade stuff because you stank.
Miss me with that.
But man, Gingerfur's put a nice J and coffee is good. But that sounds like I'm going to be in a terrible world.
Daily.
I don't want to be high and geeked.
It's my daily regimen.
Wow, that's good stuff. I mean, at night, cool. I'm going to bed. That's exactly what that's my. I don't need people take melatonin. You don't want any of that stuff. I know exactly how to. I'm sleepy. I'm too amped up. I know exactly how to go to sleep. But because when I'm too relaxed, and it makes me want to fall asleep.
Speaking of relax, James, this truck driver was trying to relax and do his job, but got bombarded with a belligerent, drunk man who
You get the Mark Sanchez?
Yep, who decided to press up on him. If you guys are not aware of who we're talking about the Mark Sanchez stabbing situation in Indianapolis. And we talked about this on Monday's show, but we have some further information from Tom Pelissero. And Mark Sanchez is the winner of our OG Wildin' segment of today, a continuation effect. So let's get into what Tom had to say. So, authorities in Indianapolis have announced at a press conference that former NFL quarterback and Fox analyst Mark Sanchez now also faces a level 5 felony battery charge, which carries a 1 to 6 year sentence. A lot of people have reposted the CCTV footage of Mark Sanchez walking the streets of Indianapolis with his stab wounds. So now we got more information on what really happened. He pressed the truck driver, and the truck driver actually tried to fight off Mark Sanchez, tried to pepper spray or mace him first. That didn't work, and ultimately decided to poke him. And the victim actually had it posted pictures online of what he looked like, and he was pretty banged up. So just a sad situation for the victim. But Mark Sanchez is looking at a level 5 felony battery charge, which could have a 1 to 6 year sentence. So wanted to update you
I think
guys.
the
on that.
streets need to be safer. Like Mark Sanchez is a deviant. It's a big part of the problem in America is the lack of fathers raising kids, and the violent crime from Hispanic acting from white Hispanics is getting out of control. We need to get this together of these rich white Hispanic males going out here terrorizing downtown Indianapolis. It's getting to where I don't feel safe. You know, we need to put a firm. What better way than to set an example to the community, showing people what we need to do. Mark Sanchez, this thug behavior is just should not be accepted. And I believe that they should give him the maximum penalty, maximum fine, maximum amount of years, so he could go in there with his brothers and and learn how to do stuff. We need to take the Chappelle Show skit, the Law and Order one, where they said, what if they treated drug dealers the same way they treated white collar guys in the same? And then it's like, you know what? You make me sick. You're kind. You're big-lipped, wide-nosed thugs. Yo, I sentence you to the mandatory minimum of 30 years in a maximum in a super max prison. There, you'll have plenty of time to hang out with your homies or your vatos in MS-13 and join Islam. You make me sick. Like just I don't know what Mexicans join. Like I know black people get there and join and stop eating pork, which is probably the most dangerous food to eat in prison is anything with pork in it. So, but yeah, man, fuck Mark Sanchez. If you want to be able to win a ticket to the pit game, type in MFTK right now. If you got in, we'll give you guys a little bit of time. We're giving away a pair of tickets. Might feel festive and give away a couple here. And I may do a post about just doing a drawing and doing a giveaway for people there. But right now we'll just see if anybody else types in MFTK into the comments. We have Adrian, Angelo, Chip, C. Neville's, Dad Bod, Ken, Londa, Polo Kid, my boy Teddy P, Strikadocious. Hey man, can we put big game in there? I asked for a pair of tickets, so I typed MFTK. Let's see. You know what? We'll go ahead and oh, we got Ken. Ken, you're in there already. Ken is in. While we're waiting on that, guys, we should have the game streamed this week. I don't know if it's going to be on. I haven't heard anything from anybody with the recruit, so not 1,000% sure, but yeah. So let's you can put Trey Simmons in there, but Trey Simmons, you're supposed to type in MFTK, but let's
These are all YouTube people, right? Yep.
Yeah, YouTube.
We got 41
Everyone.
out of 433.
It's a lot.
433.
Hey man, you know what?
Marcus,
Thanks for watching. At the end of the day,
Yeah, fair.
for Elon Musk's internet, Twitter or X, whatever it's called. All right, Jaden, go ahead and smash the button. All right, Strikeadocious. Go ahead. The you know the deal. Hit up the inbox so that we can make sure we send you the tickets to you. You win a pair of them. Make sure you check out the game. Please take pictures. Tell everybody where you won on Den Media Group. Listening to Big Games BS. We give away a pair of tickets the Wednesday before every FSU game, so that gives you an opportunity to be able to plan stuff. If you are a member and you want to be able to get tickets, you need a hotel. Oh yeah, we'll see if he responds. He has to respond. If he doesn't, we'll run it again. We'll give it to he has through the rest of this he has till the rest of this minute the rest of this a minute to be able to claim it before we push that button again. If you need hotels, again, inbox us. Make sure we know. Oh, he says he's in here, so we're good. Make sure we know that we can get you in there. You don't need to pay $1,000 a night in Tallahassee. That's ridiculous. We have the way to hook you up. So, anything else, Jaden?
That's it. If you have any last things to say to the listeners out there, know we got a good crowd going today.
Bobby, you got anything you want to promote since you're here? And you're here all week.
I am here all week. I just want to say I love y'all, man. I'm happy to be back. If you at the Jaguars game, I do a show called BSPN. All right, it's BESPN. If you type that in, I'll be talking to fans, asking some wild questions and stuff. And we growing it into. We'll see what it becomes. But this was year one, so we exploring right now. Y'all go rock with me on YouTube, Bobby BTV. Appreciate you guys. Love you, James. Love you, Miles. Thanks, guys, and Jaden.
All right. Outside of that, guys, appreciate everybody for chopping it up with me, and we will see you guys on Friday.